Discord, a communications app where you can join communities, talk to friends, meet new people, and especially moderate servers. I personally moderate the League of Legends Discord server and am one of the top moderators, not to brag or anything, but is also an app that contains many degenerate servers. From gooning servers to servers that outright have illegal material in them, as well as having a bunch of troglodytes that use their app 24/7, and Discord is no stranger to controversial situations. Minors constantly get into inappropriate contact with adults. There's also a multitude of inappropriate servers that you can find on the app just by going into Discord's built-in discovery feature. But there are also a lot of Discord servers that are good out there, like Femboy Palace and Twinkcraft. However, for this specific video, I want to talk about a Discord group called 764. Now, what is 764? 764 is a satanic neo-Nazi group whose main goal is to extort people, most of which are minors. The group is at the bottom of the barrel of degeneracy. Now, there isn't one server for this organization, and there isn't one whole group for it either. It's a decentralized organization. It's one generalization of the group, and then you have a bunch of different subgroups underneath it. So there are many different servers that represent 764. And it's not just on Discord, it's also really active on Telegram as well. The group is also classified as a organization by the DOJ, and the FBI considers it Tier 1 investigative matter. Tier 1 is the highest priority. They're also adjacent with another group called Order of Nine Angles, which is also another deplorable group, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Both of those groups are like best friends with one another. 764 was created in 2021 by someone named Bradley Cadenhead in Stephenville, Texas. He was 15 years old at the time. A teenager made one of the most disgusting groups of all time that is still active today. During his time on Discord, he went by Felix, but I'm going to continue calling him Bradley for the sake of simplicity. Bradley was bullied in school and eventually dropped out because of it, which is insane. He dropped out of high school and his parents were just fine with it. It started to make sense on why Bradley did all of this. He then learned how to groom and extort minors on a Discord server called Cult, with a V, so you know it's the real deal. This server was made by someone named Rohan R, and the server's purpose was to extort minors. Colt and 764 borrowed ideologies from Order of the Nine Angles, which again I'll talk about in a little bit. After he got done with his whole fiasco in Colt, he made his own Discord server called 764, and he named it after his town's zip code. I mean, that's one way to dox yourself. Like I said before, both of the group's ideologies consist of Satanism and neo-Nazism, but also includes other ideologies such as accelerationism, neo-Nazism, like I stated before, nihilistic violent extremism, and Satanism. They have the whole self-destructive combo. Now, although the organization was founded by a 15-year-old, there are various leaders. And the main reason why there are various leaders is because there are so many subgroups. Like I said earlier in the video, 764 isn't just one big group. It's spread across many different groups, so it's harder to catch them all. Here's a list of some of the subgroups that run under 764. Colt, Court, Cascar, Harm Nation, Leak Society, 7997, 8884, 2992, 555, Slit Town, 545, 6996, 404, NMK, 696, 984, 1378, 303, SR1, XVN, H3LL. Is that supposed to say hell? These guys are cornballs. And No Lives Matter. This entire network consists of hundreds of people who engage in extorting, doxing, swatting, and committing other cybercriminal activities. Now, there are a lot of incidents that have happened under 764, all of them of which are incredibly disgusting. In February 2021, someone named Caleb Christopher Merritt, who was a member of Cult, kidnapped and a 12-year-old girl in Virginia. He was later sentenced to 350 years in prison. He's going to die and will continue serving his prison sentence in hell. And this is what the lard ball looks like. In March 2022, a 17-year-old named Nino Luciano, known as Tob764 Online, was on a Discord call with someone when he streamed himself attacking an 82-year-old man. Nino kicked the man down a flight of stairs and proceeded to stab him. The man required 18 days of medical attention, but he fortunately survived. 2 weeks later, he streamed himself again attacking someone else. This time, it was a 74-year-old woman. Unfortunately, she did not survive. Now, the reason why he committed those acts in the first place was to be accepted into a 764 subgroup called the Maniacs Murder Cult, which is another deplorable group that targets elderly and the homeless, just vulnerable people in general. Now, I wanted to know more about this guy, so I looked into his past. He was born with drug-addicted parents, with his father soon after being arrested and taken to prison for drug-related charges. He had frequent outbursts as a kid and had a couple mental problems. He was later sent to a psychiatric clinic and then to foster care. It kind of makes sense on why he would do something that terrible, because his environment ever since he was born was just garbage. After the crimes he committed in August of 2023, he was sentenced to 14 years in prison on charges relating to attempted murder, aggravated murder, destruction, and CSAM. During court, he said he was sorry and that he regrets his decision. That's not going to reduce your sentence, bro. Here's a quote of what he said during the court hearing. I translated it from Romanian to English, so it's going to be a stroke to read. Also, I want to point out, he is going to jail for 14 years. Only 14 years. He tried to kill someone and killed another person, as well as producing CSAM content. And he practically gets a slap on the wrist for what he's done. You could probably commit arson in Romania, and they'll probably just scold you for it. In March 2023, Bradley, the founder of 764, which I talked about earlier, was arrested on 9 counts of CSAM and got 80 years in prison. And in March of 2025, Rohan R., the founder of Cult, which inspired Bradley to make 764, was charged with torture and extortion. Romanian police arrested another person in August of 2023 named Francesco and was arrested for CSAM. And I wanted to bring this arrest up because he only got 3 years in prison. During the years of 2021 to 2023, there were quite a few arrests with this organization, but in 2025, that's when a lot of arrests were made. They were going full throttle with these arrests. So far this year, there had been 12 arrests. We're only 6 months into the year. Most of them were due to possession of CSAM content. Some more incidents include someone planning to attack a Lady Gaga concert with explosions. A school shooter also made references to 764. And one other person sent hundreds of bomb threats to schools and synagogues across the US. Now, other than sextorting people, 764 is known for a lot of other things. They manipulate people, mainly minors, to do really disgusting things, most of which include self-harm and animal cruelty. These Neanderthals would force kids to kill their pets, usually cats, and take a picture with them holding the animal up with writing on the wall referencing 764 or Order of the Nine Angles, or any of the subgroups. These pictures would then be sent all across Discord and Telegram groups. Victims are also forced to carve names into their skin, either the name of the perpetrator or the name of the group. Now, the end goal of the perpetrator is to get the victim to commit. Now, let's talk about the Order of the Nine Angles. This organization is considered a network as well, but instead of originating in the US, it originated in the UK all the way back in the 1960s. There's not a whole lot known about the origins of the group, but it's said that it was made by a woman. Later, someone named Anton Long, otherwise known as David Miat, was initiated into the group and became a Grand Wizard. This group also partakes in magic. So, I mean, that's cool, I guess. I don't know if they think they're in like a Dungeons and Dragons game. One of the activities that they like to partake in is human sacrifice. Now, the way they carry about these sacrifices are a little different than a lot of other religions and ideologies that have human sacrifices. Now, these guys, they have the victim self-select themselves in a way. So the perpetrator would talk to multiple victims, and if the victim exposes what the perpetrator sees as a fault, then they can be sacrificed. Most, if not all, 764 groups have this ideology of human sacrifice of people that they deem worthless. That's probably why a lot of people in 764 have their main goal be to make their victim commit, because it fulfills that sacrifice. That's probably why Nino tried to kill multiple people, so he could fulfill that sacrifice so he can be accepted into the group. In the end, the whole 764 network and the ONA is absolutely disgusting. But there is some positive news. Arrests are being made exponentially every single year. Hopefully these groups get shut down as soon as possible so there aren't any more victims. So moral of the story, be wary of the groups that you join on Discord, and I mean overall just don't use Telegram, because I don't know who uses Telegram anymore. The only people that use Telegram are like old people and people who like to share illegal content. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.